We've done it already.
Pop. Pop, pop. Pop. Pop, pop. Pop. Pop, pop. Pop. Pop.
Nice.
Hello and welcome to Misfits and Monsters. I'm your friendly neighbourhood dungeon master with another cold. We are missing a few of our usual suspects today due to various issues. But we do have everybody else, which is good. So, starting with Craig, I mean.
I'm Cray.
You are
Who's
one
Craig?
of the same. Tell us about your character.
I'm a
Or
reptilian
yourself.
bugbear fighter who has lost a lot of his memory, so it's a bit spotty. I throw him a lot in with his misfits. Seems like a good idea, but I don't know. Not shaking his head. Yeah, and I've got a possessed axe called Wilson. Who's not here
Yet.
yet. Watch his space.
Okay.
Nah.
Moving on. Mike, tell us about your
Hey, so Mike, I'm playing Ezra, with charm and wit sharp as any blade, brings some much needed sophistication to the misfit rabble. Testing the might of pen and sword, he strives for feats of heroism worthy of his own tales.
Good. Okay. Kat, if you can even sustain a sentence with your cold, try and tell us about yourself.
I can try. Well, I'm Kat. I've been smoking 40 a day for the last 20 years of my life. No, I'm joking. I
Also,
play.
since you were like 5.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
6. But yeah, I'm playing Kayla. She's our tiefling battle mage. She's on a path of revenge and Red Dead Redemption for her scorned lover in the Liskin Tower. Whips and chains. I'm not going to be able to say it properly today. Whips and chains, demons and flames. Past the hot sauce. She's turning up in infernal realness.
Right.
She swallowed a fireball.
I think you should have really leaned into the Jessica Rabbit tones. Like,
Sultry
anyway,
cigarette voice.
that's good. Thank you, fag hag. Fag hag.
Nice.
What, mate? That would be a cool witch design. A fag hag.
Fag hag.
Fag hag.
Yeah.
She just,
I'm down with that.
She just like emits smoke all the time,
Yeah.
and anytime
Pretty
anyone makes any contact with her clothing, it's just
Oh,
ash clouds.
the smell would be awful.
She does sound like Marge's sisters. Was it Selma?
Oh,
Yeah.
Paddy or Selma?
Yeah,
Yeah, she got to sound like that.
You don't like this.
Yeah.
That just leaves Has. Hit us with it.
Hello.
Yo.
Hey, you there? All right. Hello there. I'm Haz. I play Bramble, pumpkin boy extraordinaire, wicked with a bag of tricks up his straw-filled sleeves, occasional catnip dealer, and jaw whiffer. What else could he possibly hide up there? Who knows? Question mark.
That's great. Nice,
Good
Haz.
story.
Nice. Okay, so last week, so Mike, you weren't with us. As far as I can recollect, the gang returned to Brindle Alley on their way through the various jobs they were doing with the dung sweepers, because they overheard somebody talking about a key that they'd lost there, and so they returned there, had to face off against those singing hands, but they plugged their ears with wax so that it didn't affect them, and dispatched them fairly efficiently, located the key, and well, you haven't really discovered what it's for, have you? Did you do anything?
No.
Key of a question
We discovered it
mark.
had a question mark on
You
it
had a
and browsed
question
about
mark
it.
on
Yeah.
the head, and then you, after larging it up with the dung sweepers back at their HQ, you returned home. Was this the next morning?
You went to the bowels of the earth.
Went back to the Bowels
Yeah.
of Earth, and the next morning, who is it who decided to investigate the basement?
Me and
Me.
Bramble.
Yeah, was anybody else?
And Sif, that's all I
Sif,
think.
Yeah.
I thought Ezra was there for some reason.
No.
Anyway, so
I did that the week before, but there was no.
Yeah,
It was
but
off the back of that.
well, they decided to excavate the area where they could hear the muffled groaning and whimpering coming from, and discovered this metal room, sealed by like a metal plate door that they managed to spring open, and within they found a ill-looking, bold, extremely starved older gentleman. Covered in filth because he had no choice but to defecate in that area, and there were various like mouldy food leavings in there as well. So he wasn't well.
It was a shit box.
He was it was a shit box, and he was
Literally
in
a
a
shit
sorry
box.
state. So they rescued him and then reported this incident to the watch who were guarding outside the Bowels of the Earth, and they took him away to have him seen to and question him later about the circumstances of why he'd been imprisoned in the basement in the Bowels of the Earth. And he said something to you before being taken away about shadow thieves. The shadow thieves were responsible, which the officer of the watch found confusing, as they haven't been active in this area of the Sword Coast or Faerun for a long time due to being driven out and hunted down. So if they're back, it's surprising and an unfortunate turn of events. Have I missed anything out, Haz? You were taking notes.
I think we, on that night that we went, we lived up large with the dung sweepers. We asked the religious, I
Faith.
forgot her name now.
The Tiefling.
Yeah, but
Faith. Yeah.
Yeah, Faye. We asked Faye about the 7 stars.
Faith of the 7 stars. Yeah. You asked
Yeah,
about that.
and she goes as a possible representative of Selune, Lady of Silver, Goddess of the Moon.
Yeah.
Something about shapeshifters could possibly be related to Cameron, because he was like a shapeshifter.
Have we confronted him?
We haven't confronted, but the group knows
probably
because
do that.
Bramble told them on the night out. Well, I told him on the night out.
That's right. Yeah, you told me, but I haven't actually told him.
Yeah.
So you've told the others now.
Yeah, he's told us
Yeah.
now.
And what else? I think we investigated the poo-filled chasm that this guy was being held in. His name was Ungafar Teflon. I thought Teflon, but it wasn't Teflon. But in my head, it's Teflon.
It's Ongafar.
Right mouthful.
Uh,
Mouthful.
Ungafar Talfloon, yeah.
Yeah.
Close.
Ungafar
Nice.
Talfloon, yeah.
Yeah, there was remnants of him being fed, so he's being kept alive through the prisoner down there for some time, but he was being kept alive, and the guard said he was a much larger fellow, and when we saw him, he was like skinny.
Yeah. Lost a lot of
There's also huge vases like there, faint residue of magic. Inside was the smell of meadows, and then we all vomited.
Yeah.
And there's blueprints all over the floor,
Yeah.
and that's all I've got.
I
I
think the
think.
jars were filled with fresh air to
They
keep
were.
it alive.
They were filled with fresh
Sponsored
air.
by Febreze, by the way.
And there was no entrance or exit to the buried
Yeah.
like metal chamber other than that hatch lid, which was obviously buried under tons of dirt, compacted dirt. So how the mystery that you guys have been presented with was how these, whoever it was that's imprisoned him there, getting in and out of this chamber to give him food and air to survive on.
But this is probably why we've seen them on the rooftops. They're probably watching us
Yeah.
thinking, shit, you know, we've infiltrated their lair or something.
So that's everything Ezra's missed. I mean, you were there. You were just in the background last session. You know, just keeping to yourself, observing events as they were transpiring.
Tussling his hair.
Yeah,
Ooh.
preening,
Yeah. Oh.
luxuriating in the daylight, letting it catch your skin and faint, glittery sort of shimmers could be seen if you were inspecting Ezra closely.
Oh.
Yeah, almost like he had crystal skin.
Oh.
So I'm like a Twilight vampire.
No,
Quite the
no.
upgrade.
Maybe
Oh,
he's
I'm-
ASMR.
That isn't canon. I'm just messing. Okay, so
Should be.
and also Boggart and Groggart were taken away by the watch
Yeah.
to be interrogated about their disintegrating somebody in a public square. So they're currently absent from your ranks as well.
Yeah, I've also written. Sorry, Aaron. The black stuff might be able to help Brog, but I think that was just my mental rambling. But just in case.
Not a bad shout.
Yeah, I don't know why I wrote that. Probably something that came up in whilst we were like discussing with the officers or something about the black stuff. But, that's also it's in Bramble's little notebook that he keeps up one of his sleeves.
Okay, so did you leave after, or did we leave it there?
We left it there.
So you guys have yet to. So no, wait, you got. Were you here for the session where you got a report from your informant that was tailing the gnome? Yeah. So you knew all about that.
Copper bollocks.
Copper Kettle, the halfling.
And we asked him to try and set up a meet.
Yes.
Set up a meet. So you're still waiting for him to get back to you.
Yeah,
about
he's still trying to make those arrangements.
Okay, I need to make a note of that. Hang on a minute.
Is it Umvera Umtrap, the guy that he's
Umtrau.
tailing?
It was the she,
Is that a lady?
female gnome. Yeah.
Oh shit! This whole time.
And we've been asked to look into her by the moneylender guy.
Also a masked lord of Waterdeep.
And was there a specific thing that he wanted to know, or
No,
he just wanted us to?
He just wanted to know whatever you could find out about them, because they're of interest. So interpret that however you want.
Yep.
Okay. So this was the morning. So the dung sweepers had yet to collect you. So that you hear their carriage like trundle up the road, like when the horses clopping hooves. You've become familiar with now of having spent the last few days with them, and they pull up outside, and Jasper comes up and knocks on the door, like, "Morning, are you ready to go? Come on, lazy bones."
I'll get it. Hello.
Hello, look at all this white stuff. It's been snowing. And he points out to the street, and you can see that there is a coating of like, you know, like a dusty coating of white glittery stuff over everything.
Oh no!
How
Cold.
magical.
Oh,
My worst enemy.
I hate snow.
I like
Cocaine
it.
everywhere.
Snow?
Cocaine.
How can you hate snow? It's lovely. It covers up all the muck. Though I will say, it does make finding the muck
That can be
we
a
have to clean
problem
up
when you're
quite
walking.
difficult.
Makes me feel a little slow.
Well,
Uh,
I guess this is as good a time as any to tell you that this usually signifies like the first day of the winter. You know, midwinter starting, and it's going to be a bit of a busy old time over the next few days because folks will be starting with their preparations for the winter, which involve buying stores and the readying meals for the midwinter festival at the solstice. But also, and this is the thing that I'm most looking forward to, it's Craftmas soon, and that means that folks are going to be buying all sorts of like materials for making stuff, and the streets are going to be busy and ever, and it's all going to be like full of good cheer and people handing out beverages and gifts to you. We often get all sorts of things being dung sweepers from folk, like for helping keep the streets clean. It's a great time to be with us. Actually, you might find like yourself
Presents.
receiving a number of snacks and beverages from people as we pass by. Hot mince pies and mulled wine. It's great. It's a great time. Do you not partake in Craftmas then? Are you lot? You know, where are you from? I know it's got different names in various different places. Like it's called the Maker's Mirth and Craft Tithe and the Gifting and all sorts of Tinker's Tide, all sorts of strange names depending where you're from. I mean, what do you call it? Where you guys are from?
Well, I'm from these sorts of parts, albeit perhaps in the higher echelons of society, but we celebrate it much as you do. So time to brings us all together, doesn't it?
Oh,
It's
yeah,
rather.
that's right. Oh, so you're familiar with it then. So, but what about you, big fella? You ain't from round here. What do you do at this time of year?
We hibernate because it's too cold to be alive.
Oh, right. Ah, well, you won't have to do that this year. You can spend it out in the open and enjoy Craftmas with the rest of us and the winter festival.
I might have to wrap up warm.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're only wearing a kilt, really. So, yeah.
I'll bring my blanket.
Maybe if you wore something more, you wouldn't need to hibernate.
Oh, what a good idea! Why did we never think of this?
Well, why don't we go to the carriage and you can tell me about how you celebrate the season while we're loading up. So, what about you, Miss? What do you do at the? Where are you from?
Well, most of my life I've spent running away from the Liska Tower, so really had much time to celebrate.
No, well, that's a shame. Well,
I move about too much.
well,
You'll
this will
have
be
to
your first year.
introduce. Yes.
You can celebrate Craftmas with us.
Kayla's first Craftmas.
Yeah, that's if this was a play, that's what we'd call it, and we'd have mamas performing. It'd be all heartwarming and nice.
I don't know what you just
If
said.
this was a play, the playhouse would have burned down.
That's
Oh,
true.
that's a dark way of looking at things. As you all get into your seats in the back of the carriage, Cole's like, "Fucking Craftmas." It's a waste of bloody time. Bar Craftmas. That's what I say. I don't believe in this nonsense. Just a way of fleecing people for free stuff, and it's a load of rubbish.
Something to do with shit.
Don't listen to Jasper. He's full of it. He's just bullshit. Total shit. And Faith is like, Cole, don't be so miserly. Craftmas is wonderful. I celebrate it in all its forms and however it relates to the various deities that I worship. I think it's great, and I fully intend to give all of you a Craftmas gift this season.
Ah!
Yes, I'm currently like working up some notes for things for each of you, and I hope to have them finished before the final night. So You've got that to look forward to. What about you?
I didn't realise there was gifts involved.
Oh yes. Oh, that's the whole point. Craftmas, if you don't know, is basically the season of creation and giving and generosity. It's all about making something for people that they might want or need that's kind of personal to them. So you assemble something that could help them and then give it to them with free. Without any expectation of return or reciprocation. It's a gesture of goodwill.
Well, that
And
sounds
we'd like to encourage that here as much as possible, despite what Cole thinks that he's a grump. Ignore him. And then Jasper turns to Bramley's
Clearly,
like,
he's just never had a good enough present.
Jasper turns to Bramble and he's like, what about you? You're strange and you must come from strange parts. Do they have craftmas where you're from?
We don't exactly have Craftmas. We have something similar.
Oh.
But our main season of festivities is usually the fall. It's where we harvest.
Oh.
It's the harvest season, which we celebrate.
Oh. So,
When winter comes around, all of our crops tend to die out. So everyone tends to huddle inside, and that's where most of the mischief happens.
Well, that sounds quite bleak as well. Oh dear. Well, do you even celebrate Mischief Night then? If it's the fall, do you have that?
Well, we have something like that, yes.
The Hallows Eve. You have that?
Yes, Hallows Eve.
Oh, well, I mean, Craftmas is kind of between that and the solstice, so it's kind of a bit of a blend of both, really, but without the creepy stuff. Anyway, I'm jabbering on. Shall we set off then, Cole? He's like, yeah, right, come on, everybody in, they're all loaded up, come on then, yeah! And he whips the horse's reins and you trundle off. Who wants to roll to see where you end up today?
I'll do it. So there. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is it caught in the white bull?
Let's see. Yes, I believe it is.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, you spend the morning cleaning up a few places, break for lunch, and it all just goes smoothly despite the light covering of snow. The dung is actually so fresh that it is, and so is the snow, that it's melted through. So the steam is making all of the dirt and stuff in the streets easy for the dung sweepers to locate and prevent any accidents. So who's gonna foot the bill for today's lunch break?
In the spirit of craftness, I shall pay for this bill.
So Cole is like, well, I'll accept that. That is one of the good things I will accept about this bloody annoying season. If it prompts folks to buy me food and buy me drink more readily, then that's all good for me. So yeah, so that's 12 silver, and you get a point for that, Ezra, as well. So make a note of that.
Is this lunch?
Yeah, and then you eat your lunch, and I mean, unless there's something you want to ask any of the dung sweepers.
I'll ask them.
What do you want to know?
Do you believe in the Winter Father?
Who are you asking?
Cole.
He's like, nah, where I'm from, we don't really celebrate any of that. Like it's not practical. It's not.
Do you not believe in him?
No.
Look, I've got a signed autograph.
What?
We met him
last year.
Well, look, like, whether he's real or not, I've never had anything to do with him, and he's never had anything to do with me. He's never done me any favours, and as far as I can tell, all he does is usher in a load of bad weather that makes my life and my job more difficult.
Maybe he's trying to tell you something.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, like I say, it's had no bearing on my existence up till now, so what difference does it make? It's the same with the gods and faith here. Like, I don't believe in nothing, and that has never been to my detriment or my benefit. It has had no effect on my life whatsoever. So, take it or leave it. I'll just carry on regardless till something proves otherwise. You know, why should I bother?
In the most respectful way possible, you shovel shit for a living. Maybe that's the gods telling you ought to pick a...
Ah!
Yeah. When I think of it that way, you might have a point. But this isn't all I do. You see, I am exactly where I want to be because this puts me in a position where I can benefit from various relationships and interactions with people. So, what you see and what you judge about me as a dung sweeper is merely the surface. I have many things going on that you don't know about.
Many layers like a piece of dung.
Yeah, if you say so.
A horse apple.
Like
So
a cake.
I'll try not to take that as an insult.
Your dung must be a little different than ours, friend.
No, look. Look, you crack it open. It's got rings.
Oh god.
I might have eaten that though.
Jasper says, "Oh, if we count them, is that equal up to how old you are?"
I don't know, I can't count.
Oh,
Here you go.
oh no, it's okay. Whoa, not at the dinner table.
That's alright.
Put that back.
That one
I threw it out
fresh.
the window.
Throw it out the window. It hits some passing carriage on the in the road and sticks to the side of the cart wall and it just disappears out of sight.
I'm sure there'll be no consequence to that.
And is there ever a consequence?
Do you not celebrate Scrunt?
No, what's scrunt?
Oh, it's in the hot seasons.
Scrunt?
Yeah.
It sounds uncomfortable.
It can be.
What does it involve?
A contest.
Of what?
Everyone in the group must tell a story. And if you don't celebrate it, you'll be overcome with supernatural rage.
Oh.
So you may up killing your brother, your mother.
Well, that sounds very severe just for not wanting to publicly speak to people.
You must tell tales of your deeds and such.
All right. Well, maybe next hot season, if you're still around these parts, we can take part in this scrunt. Though, does the supernatural rage happen as a consequence of where you used to live, or does it just come upon you all of a sudden?
It comes upon me all of a sudden.
Maybe it's just unique to your people.
Maybe it is magic.
I've never done any scrunt and I don't feel worse in the summer. I love the summer.
I've got to say, and this is Colesby, so I think that scrunt sounds extremely rude, and I will be careful about using that word in public because it sounds awfully similar to something else that most people in Waterdeep would find objectionable.
Oh, what's that then?
I cannot say why we're in public, but it relates to the nether regions of a certain gender of humanoid.
What a coincidence, because it is a fertility celebration as well.
Right, okay.
Because, partners are enamoured by your tall tales.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, alright. And he takes a drink. and Jasper's like, well, anyway, so yeah, Craftmas. So are you gonna make things for each other? Have you got any plans to sort of craft a gift for your?
I think that's an excellent idea.
Yeah, I do too. I think it'd be
good.
Fantastic, especially if it's Kayla's first Craftmas. Like, you make it really special for her. I'm going to do it as well. Being as Faith is going to take part, I'm also going to make a Craftmas gift for everyone.
So, Kai, I'm down. This sounds like fun.
So, while you're at lunch, and this is kind of a downtime thing, should we do the rolls to determine, for each of you, how long your Craftmas gifts are going to take for you, and how much and how long it's going to take, and how much it's going to cost? So,
yeah.
Do you remember
Sure.
the rules? The rules of Craftmas?
I will check the message.
Have to bring them up.
So, you have 20 days to craft your gift before the final night, when it will be Craftmas Eve and then Craftmas Day, which is when the gifts are normally given. And which Jasper is relating to you. I should be saying this to you in Jasper's voice, but there you go. you now know. Imagine it was Jasper telling you the tale. So, can each of you roll a d20, please?
I can't see. There we go.
Should we tell you our number?
Yeah.
So Ezra rolled a 12.
Straight up.
Bramble
number.
got 15.
I rolled a nat 20.
Oh, nice one.
So
17.
Ezra
Although
12.
Although I think
My
this,
first Christmas. Craftmas.
Your gift costs 200 gold. That's rude.
So 12, did you say, Ezra? Sorry, I got distracted.
yes,
12. What did yours, Bramble?
15.
were we supposed to be modifying this by an ability?
No, just a straight roll. Unless you want to, we can always add that as a rule if you want to know.
No.
Kayla, what did you get? Did you get 20?
I got a nat 20.
Wow, that's not good in this case though.
Ah,
I
told you.
thought it was a Craftmas miracle.
No, it works in reverse. It's
Oh,
okay. And Cray, what did you get?
17.
17.
it'll take me forever, and it'll be terrible.
So
But I'll have put lots of effort in, so it's the thought that counts, right?
So you
Come
have
from the
to
heart.
pay 10 gold pieces for every day it will take you to make your
Oh,
Craftmas gift. So total that up and tell me what they are.
What was it again?
It's 10 gold pieces for every day it will take.
That's quite a lot of gold.
Yeah.
Jesus
it
Christ.
is.
So I've got 17 days.
You've got
These are
17
some
days.
luxurious
what,
gifts.
what we rolled is the day. Oh, so 200.
I've got
then.
2 people to do.
I was right, 200 gold.
Count it as one.
Count it as one, okay.
Hey.
So what was that? Was it you get?
Sorry.
Have you tallied yours up, Bramble?
Oh, my Bramble will be 150,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Kayla's
good.
200 gold.
120,
That was a
isn't it?
joke.
120.
I mean, we're rolling in it, let's face it.
Kayla's is 200 so far.
So mine's 170.
Yours is 170. So,
Oh, shit.
but
Second timed out.
So drop in the ocean.
I would like you to all now to determine how well you can craft this item that you are planning to make for each other.
I hope I do bad.
Can you do a DC combined Dex Wisdom check? So you roll a d20 and you add the higher of your 2 ability score modifiers to the total.
Okay.
Just ability score, not saving throw.
Yeah, not saving throw.
Sorry, I just had to sign back into D&D Beyond. Sorry, Aaron.
I just got another nat 20.
Oh dear.
I got another 15.
What?
Roll,
that is
roll,
I know, right?
roll D20 again.
Yeah.
Is it?
Is it a Christmas?
Surely this one must want a good result, because if we're positively adding our
Yeah,
ability
15
to it,
plus 3 from me.
I rolled an
high
18.
number must be good.
So what did you get?
So I got not natural.
Yeah.
What we
I
adding
got
to it?
23.
23 is good. It's a combined Dex Wisdom check, so you add the higher of the 2 modifiers to that d20 roll.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
so I've already done that, and mine was 20.
Yeah, you're good. What did you get, Bramble?
Bramble also got 20.
That's good. Kayla, what did you get?
23.
Alright. Cray.
I got 29.
Yep, so you guys have all...
29.
Oh.
You're using your saving throw, Craig.
Oh, saving throw.
No, it's not saving
No.
throw.
No,
it's
you
a
no-
check.
You use the higher of the 2 ability scores.
So
There's
just
no way you have a plus
roll.
Oh,
9.
my ability score. Sorry, I was looking at
Something
my
like plus
free
5 most.
Dex thing. Sorry. Hang on.
Watching you.
Where is it?
Always watching.
No, it's good. It's good because I'm a little bit drunk and I can't see, so I just looked at this. thing.
Excuses. What is it?
That's every day.
So yours is probably Dex, right? I don't know what your Dex
21.
is.
Yeah, you're good. Okay. So there's no further costs incurred because you all passed. So you know that you can feasibly manufacture this planned gift without any excess or hindrance in your ability to make it. So you guys are all good.
Okay.
So Jasper's while he's explaining Craftmas to you all, he's like, and what you normally do is like this. This is what we're gonna do. Me and Faith is that you kind of like throw all your names in a hat or a bag and pull them out, and whoever you get is who you're making your Craftmas gift for this year. So it's basically and if it's going to be expensive, if your idea is expensive and you can't afford it, what we do as a group is we all chip in a little bit to help each other, so that if you can't cover it yourself, everybody's contribution helps pay for everybody's costs, so it's kind of spread out, so it's like you're all buying each other a gift, or helping to contribute towards creating the gift. So if any of you are kind of lacking in funds, why don't you just create like a pool of your goals together and take it out of that? I mean, it's up to you if any of you are struggling. What do you reckon your costs are going to be? Can you afford it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't mind helping though.
I'm also happy to help if everyone needs help.
Well, that's good. Well, I mean, you're all set then, I guess. So, why don't you? We'll put all your names in this sack. I'll write them out on this bit of this menu here. I hope they won't mind. And he takes one of the menus, like from Felzoon's Folly, and just starts scribbling on it with a piece of charcoal that he produces out of one of his pouches. Writes your names on, and then he starts tearing up this quite nicely scribed not parchment, it would be papyrus menu, and tearing it into little pieces, and then he takes his hat off and throws all the names, and he's like, here, pick a name out then, here you go. So you guys can dip your hands in and pull out who it is you're making a gift for. So Cray, oh, where are you going?
Gonna get the power.
Okay.
He's coming to dip his hand.
So Cray gets Calamari, who has been absent for a while, but you've been in correspondence with him. He's still trying to locate Nigel the last time you checked, and he's currently gone out seeking information from some of his Zentarim contacts. So you get Calamari. When Ezra pulls out, he gets. When Ezra pulls out, I'll rephrase that. When Ezra pulls his name out of the hat,
He never pulls out.
yeah, Ezra never pulls out.
Oh my.
You get. Where is your name in this list? You get Flint. Sorry, not Flint. Yeah.
I thought it was Flint. Yeah.
Yeah. So because Jasper basically asks you all who all the members of your group are, and you get Flint Northgrove, your gunslinging friend, who's currently on his way to Waterdeep, having recovered and left the grove and Dapperleaf, where you had to leave him to recover from his injuries on that part of your adventure. Kayla, you draw out. No, Cray, you don't get Calamari. I'm wrong about that. You get Boggart and Groggart. Yeah. Kayla, you get Calamari. So you've got Calamari. So you might have to deliver their present to them behind bars if things go badly for them.
It's not a file.
When
It's a cake.
And Bramble, you get Ketsuki Bachi, your friend in Waterdeep. You're the
Vampire.
Karaturian vampire Magitech.
I wonder if he likes garlic pizza. I'll make him that.
Garlic pizza, yeah, probably does. So with that done, you guys settle your bill and leave and make your way to where is it you were headed to today? Next, what's it called?
The Court of the White Bull.
Court of the White Bull. So what number is that?
S5.
S5. Let's see what we get. All right.
We keep it a secret, right?
Hey?
We keep all these things.
Oh yeah, you guys don't know who's got who. Like you're just thinking of that to yourselves at the moment, like who you're making things for.
Okay.
So as you pull into the court of the livestock market where you had that incident with the horse trader that was performing
Oh yeah, tricksy bastard.
tricks upon other people's stock.
Bad lad.
I'd like you all to do an intelligence check, please.
Hey, get off. Ah, stop it.
Are you doing intelligence
11.
checks for me?
20.
What did you get?
I got 20.
Ezra got
Brom got 19.
Intelligence
19.
saving throw.
Yeah.
He's
No, not
smart.
saving throw, an intelligence check. Why do you keep hearing saving throw? Saving throw, saving throw.
So I was distracted by
it's because we have higher numbers on our side.
Yeah.
It's
It creates wishful thinking.
No, they're lower.
Cracker's still got wax in his ears.
It's only plus
Yeah, so
one.
he's still got the wax.
Yeah, probably still has got the wax in
What? Yeah! I just thought it was a big build up. 19.
19. Okay, so this time you note as you're pulling into the court of the market that they've newly posted like freshly created signs that warning signs that read "Magic prohibited" in bold,
Oh.
striking letters that have been like intervals all around the perimeter of the court. Where is that? Sorry, bear
I
with me.
wonder why this is up.
Yeah. I wonder why. So, as you enter, you see there's a trio of gnome cowboys with their distinctive sort of what we would call Stetson hats and rope like bound around their waists, so it's easily accessible to wrestle their cattle with. And they're
No.
Gnomes, yeah, gnome cowboys. So they're
Cow cattle.
yeah,
Like, there's a size problem here.
yeah. So their hats make them up to almost dwarf height. So that they've got these.
They're rustling like large cats.
Yeah,
Or
they've
something.
got these excessively large, like spire-like Stetsons upon their heads to make them seem taller. And they're tugging on a rope that seems to have become tangled in the branches of like what is the only real tree within this entire area. And they seem to be having a real difficult time with whatever is on the other end of it.
What? We can't see what's on the end of
No.
it. Oh.
Ezra will just approach them and say, "Spot a bother here? What's going on?"
I'll join you.
So the gnome is like,
Oh yes, well, body knock over there. He was about to lasso that runaway calf. When his horse got spooked.
oh yeah, a couple of them are on horses, by the way. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. So they're higher up.
How big are these horses?
Really small horses.
Yeah.
They're,
Are they
they're
like
like
tiny-
ponies, I suppose you would say. Yeah, like.
Do they have little ladders like down the side?
What, hanging off the side of the saddle?
Are they
Yeah.
Are they like
Little rope
Sebastian
ladders.
from Parks and Rec?
Little Sebastians. Yeah, they're all little Sebastians.
Oh, little
So
Um,
cute. They
so-
look delicious.
Oh, you're so cute.
So yeah, one of the other gnome who started explaining to you says,
Yeah, and his horse got spooked, and he was thrown off balance, and lassoed that tree branch there instead.
My dear.
But luckily, his brothers Zook and Palabar, they were able to chase the calf down on foot and wrestle it into submission. But now they can't get the lasso down from the tree.
How high up is it?
so it's pretty high, but you can see that it's been completely stripped of all of the low hanging branches, so there's no easy way to ascend up to the crown of all the higher boughs above.
Oh, we'll have to do it without using magic.
That's how you're gonna help, are you? That's really good of you. That's hard. Well, you know.
Or we could burn the tree.
if you do this
Just saying.
for us, I'd like to invite you to partake in some a round of fruit burn with us. It's really good for you, and it'll put hairs on your chest and other areas of your body, as well as warm you up on this cold, snowy day.
Oh, Kayla's already got fruit burn.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
I told you to say Kayla already has hair on her chest. I was like, damn,
Also
man.
already got hair.
I've never seen her chest.
Hey,
I would not
don't
know.
be speaking bad of a hairy-chested woman.
Oh.
There's a fine thing. Not only is there a bosom to rest your head on, but also there's a down coating to keep you warm.
Oh, sounds good to me. Very
Nice.
cold.
So,
I could climb up there. I don't think we could use spells.
Oh, I wouldn't advise using any spells if I were you. Have you seen the new signs? There's been all sorts of things cracking off round here from wild magic surges.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I was not here to witness such a thing.
Ah, well, very good. Well, now you know.
Thank you. Oh,
Wild magic, could that be what caused Grog to accidentally disintegrate that poor fellow that I'm sure he...
Oh, yes, I did.
Are you
hear
saying
of
this out loud within the gnome's earshot?
wild magic, yeah.
So he's like,
Yeah.
I don't know anything about a disintegration in the court of the white bull, but I did hear something of it happening in the where's the other fucking place? I forgot. Oh my god. Where did it take place?
now.
Where was it?
Shit.
it wasn't Felden
Vir-
Folly. It was.
Virgin
It was
Square?
in the
No, it
market.
wasn't that.
It was
Yeah, Virgin.
Gondolins?
Was it Gondolins?
Potentially.
Anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
He says, I did hear it happening elsewhere in the trades ward somewhere, but that's bad business. That is. A magic user should know better than to do that within the confines of Waterdeep. You know, magic is quite.
Yeah, you think so?
Yes, you would. You would. I mean, no wonder that fella has been accosted, as I hear.
Yes, same. We heard the same thing.
I think he should be strung up by his nevers as punishment. Disintegrating poor folk in public, indeed.
But it sounds like he never meant to. It was surely just an accident. If it was wild magic at play, he probably meant to cast a harmless spell.
Ooh.
Well, maybe. I don't know much of the magic myself, so I'll take your word for it.
What are you doing? You're rolling. I don't even know what you're rolling for.
I'm rolling to climb a tree.
Okay. What did you
Best
get?
of luck, Craig Ray. If you can't do it,
Acrobatics
no one can. And I'll give you
I rolled a 16.
bardic inspiration.
16.
I give you bardic inspiration, Craig Ray.
Oh shit, nice.
Cat, say 16 in your croaky voice.
16.
Oh my god.
Hey.
Is that, what's your
I
inspiration?
just sound like Craig Gray.
There's an echo in here.
Yeah, did you give him some bardic inspiration there, Ezra? I missed that.
Is that
Yeah.
a D10? Is it a D10?
Yeah, you can add a d10.
Oh, fucking hell, that's massive. 24.
24, that's really good. Okay,
It's
so
pretty
Craig
good.
Ray, like, you barely even have to climb the trunk. You can just kind of reach up and just haul yourself up onto the lower boughs into the tree, and you can identify that the rope has indeed got tangled, but it's not tangled around branches. It's tangled around a deer, a stag that has somehow gotten into the tree, and its antlers are, and it's thrashing about, and it's stuck like fast between a number of the boughs and branches, like, and it's also the rope is lassoed around its various prongs, and it's like once it sees you, it starts agitating.
Yeah. What have I got on me? It's definitely not going to eat jerky. Although I'll get some jerky out. Whoa there.
What's going on up there?
Yeah, It's more of that wild magic.
So it's got wild eyes, and it's bugging out. It looking at you, and it's like, and it's not interested in the jerky at all.
No. Interesting. Okay. Do you want this rope back undamaged?
If you can manage it, but it's good quality rope. I would rather not lose a length if
Okay.
it can be helped.
Oh dear. Alright then.
What was it? Sorry?
It's a big deer.
A stag.
Big stag.
Could Bramble reach his hand into the inner sides of his tunic, and first there's a shit ton of straw there, and then he pulls out an apple,
Okay.
and he tosses it to Cray.
Oh.
Try it.
So you throwing it up to Craig?
Yeah.
Do a dex check to see if you can catch it, Craig, and also to see if you can throw it up there.
Use acrobatic.
This is like Newton's law. This is gonna hit me on the head.
Acrobatics. I got 19.
19's good.
Yeah.
What did Bramble get?
10.
Oh dear. So you misjudge the throw, and it sails over Cray's shoulder as he tries to catch it, and then sticks on one of the antlers, the prongs of the antler on the stag, and it's like, and it starts thrashing about like within the confines of how much movement it's got, even more wildly, shaking the.
I told you we
boughs
should have
with
burnt the tree.
Can I attempt to grab it round the neck, but then just try and like grab the horn, one horn and the neck, and then just try and stroke and soothe it?
So you want to do an animal handling check?
Yeah,
Go
it's gonna
for
have
it.
to be.
So first,
I'm not
can
very
you
good at
just
that.
do a dex saving throw as you get near it to avoid being like
Impaled.
impaled on its prongs?
Dex saving throw.
Yes, please.
Well, one of them's got an apple, so that one's blunted.
Yeah. Go near the one with
Yeah.
the apple on it.
Just get some
Throw up some more apples.
cork. But
Bramble just like looking around for more apples.
What is that? So that is a 10.
A 10.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna take
I'm
some
trying to
gorging.
find something that's equivalent to
You're
a.
getting gored, boy.
I'm gonna get stabbed up.
I'm trying to find something in the monster manual that's an equivalent to a elk. Here we go. That's good. So you take.
Here it comes.
You take 9 points
Eesh.
of. Oh wait. No, sorry, rolled the wrong dice. I redact that.
You give me more.
You take 9 points of redacted damage.
Yeah.
That's the best kind of damage I like.
You take 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay. That's not so bad. Ow! Ugh! Ugh!
Yeah. So it's like gores you a bit, like as you're trying to get close to it. But now do your animal handling check, please.
Okay.
So you took some.
This might not be very good.
Took a prong in the side whilst you were trying to get close.
What is that? 13.
13.
Can I shout in some words of encouragement?
You can.
Is that another?
I'm sure that deer's just frightened and scared. You'll be able to calm it down, no trouble. Just believe in yourself, and it will feel your confidence.
Is that another D10?
Yes.
Go for it.
Yeah.
What's that?
Is that 10 on there then?
Hmm?
Is there 0 or 1 or is it a 10?
It's a 10.
10.
Yeah. So you got what in total?
So 23 then.
Okay, yeah. So like wrapping your big muscular arms around its neck and
Yeah.
steadying its head, you
I just stroke
Yeah.
its neck and soothe it, and then I'll try and pull that apple off
and you pull the apple off.
and try and feed it the apple.
Okay, so as it's calm, it's like.
There we go, silly boy. I don't know if you are.
It doesn't seem interested in the apple.
Okay.
But it is calmed. It's no longer like trying to free itself, madly thrashing within the tight space that it's
Okay.
confined within.
I eat the apple.
Cray eats the apple.
There
Okay.
you go.
You get 1 hit point back.
Oh,
if
great.
you're not at full health.
I'm not full. Oh, totally worth 1 hit point. Right then, and I just try and like do this, try and unravel.
Okay,
As
do
best I
a
can.
survival skills check to see if you can disentangle the rope from its antlers.
Is the rope like caught on any branches or anything?
Both branches and
Branches and
prongs.
this.
God damn
Yeah.
it. Oh, that's not good.
That deer fell out of the tree. It just like, I assume it's like caught around its neck, is it?
Oh god. Oh
So,
god, don't say such things.
6.
Yeah, 6.
So,
Snagged on it.
You just make it worse.
You are actually just making it worse.
If
Like
only
it's
Gavin
becoming,
was here.
like it's threading through other areas that it wasn't knotted through before, and binding it tighter. It's no good.
This is difficult situation.
Who's good with knots?
Gano is good with knots.
Yeah, but he's not here. Bramble or Kayla, would you be any good with knots? What is your survival?
My survival.
Right at the bottom.
It's only +3.
Well, yeah, Bramble got +3.
Yeah, I've got +3 as well.
I am not wise, so
I'm proficient with medicine.
Okay, can Ganna try and climb the tree
Ganna,
and sort of...
Ezra.
Yeah, well, if Ganna's here, then sure. But...
He's back.
Flashback.
For Craftmas.
Oh my god,
Christmas
Gavin!
visit. Okay, yeah, Ezra, go ahead and make.
Can Ezra try and climb the tree? He's gonna do it by sort of taking a couple of hops and leaps and try and do it in a couple of almost bounds up there.
Alright,
Can I
cool.
use my acrobatics to do that?
Yeah.
18.
That is
Ooh.
more than enough. So yeah, explain how you spectacularly.
So sort of seeing one of the maybe old knots in the sort of tree trunk where a branch maybe used to protrude, sort of leap on up to that with 1 foot and then rest my weight on that and spring off before sort of catching the branch in my arm and then swinging up from the branch using my arms.
Cool. So yep, you're up there. You survey the scene. You can see that Cray-Cray's got his arms still around, one arm around the neck of this creature while he's struggling.
What's the creature? Is it panicked by me turning up, or is it?
No, it's being soothed by Cray-Cray still, so it's currently quite passive.
Is there another branch nearby that I can sort of hold on to for support? Because I can't easily get past somebody on a branch here.
Yeah, it's quite dense.
The canopy is dense.
So yeah.
Okay, great. So I'll sort of try and find a way to lean against another branch and get a bit closer to the deer and try and just support Cray-Cray with his sort of efforts to untangle.
Okay, so with
Can we make another
yeah
attempt at
with his aid you get
untangling?
advantage then?
Who should take that test? Cray-Cray.
It's really up to you. It's like Ezra or Cray-Cray. Which would you rather? Who's got the
I'll give it a
higher-
go because I'm
Yeah.
plus. Well,
Yep.
Yeah.
Go for it and have.
I don't want to mechanics it, but yeah, Ezra will give it a go since he was so ineffective. See what I can do. So I got 14.
14. Yep, that's good. So you with Cray-Cray's assistance, keeping the stag calm and still. You patiently, unlike Cray-Cray, who was just like trying to yank things off. You thread things through the right way, disentangle them, and unwind the knots. And shortly the loop is free from the deer's antlers, and one of the branches. And the branches too. So you've got it in hand now, like basically collecting it up to do with as you want to. And the gnomes still got it held taut.
So just before I drop this rope down, we've got a deer we need to try and bring down from here.
Is there a hay cart?
Can we use your rope to assist?
By all means, whatever you need. Now that it's free and you've helped us, that's, it's only fitting that we do the same for you.
All right then. How are we gonna get this deer?
Maybe get like a hay cart below the tree in case it goes horribly wrong.
They just solve every problem, don't they?
They sure do, Assassin's Creed.
Kayla and Bramble, do you think you could try and find something to break our fall?
Yes. How did
Hay round
we
here.
didn't have to do this? I remember having this conversation, but we. What did
Deja
we-
vu.
I know. We found a portal back down anyway, didn't we?
Yeah. Do a flip.
I'd gladly do a flip. That doesn't help this deer.
Shoot.
Looking around, can Bramble see any obvious like hay barrels or anything?
There are carts here that have hay for the various livestock penned around the court that you could borrow potentially if you wanted
Yeah,
to.
so
You can convince them to.
can Bramble
Hey.
run up to the closest merchant and ask him to borrow the
He's like,
hay?
Well, I'm not sure about that. I mean, I do need this to feed and placate the animals. If only if you can guarantee that it won't be soiled in any way by...
Oh, don't worry about it being soiled. I have plenty more where that came from. And Bramble like opens the vest of his chest and there's some hay inside, some like good quality one. So it's just like there's plenty more.
Disturbed by this. He's like, whoa, take the car, do what you will with it. I will not interfere. Just please, just go, please.
Thank you, kind sir.
And he's
And
like,
then
and he goes over to one of the other merchants and starts conspiring and like,
He's a straw man.
looking terrified. Yep, you've got it. Do with it what you will.
yeah, Bramble's gonna like because Bramble's not the strongest person. You probably see him like
Kayla's gonna.
struggle pulling this thing across.
Kayla just looks over and feels a bit sorry for Bram.
Okay, so you're gonna help him wheel it.
Feels sorry. Doesn't help. Just feels
Doesn't
sorry.
have to feel sorry.
Surely you two should never be in proximity of each other because you're all about fire and you're made of
I know, right? And I'm made of straw. Well, I'm not made of straw. I'm like stuffed with straw.
Your stuff with straw.
So
I'm not on fire.
as you're
or-
wheeling it over, Jasper finishes his finished his work and he's come over to see what you're doing and he's like,
Oh, right, this is a pickle, isn't it? He's
No,
like,
it's a deer.
he's like, I recognise that. That's not a deer. That's a druid.
Wait, what?
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 That's old Hob. He's a
Oh.
halfling. Lives round these parts. He's
Can you not
that's his wild shape form.
Can you not
I'm
just
very
shift
uncomfortable
back
now.
to get out of these rips? The
I'm
ropes.
stroking somebody.
You can stop stroking the deer now.
Stop.
Is your name Hob?
Oh, why didn't you change back, old old chap? Make this whole thing a lot easier.
so the stag just goes and just looks.
What's that, Hob? You can't change back because of the wild magic?
Kill him.
Oh, Esther, you're so smart.
So
I have a cunning plan. If we tie the rope around him and I jump off the other side, no way that'll kill it.
Yes, if we want to hang the creature,
That's
then
right. I'm used
good
to-
plan.
I'm really good at killing things. Maybe I shouldn't think of this plan. But yeah, if we do tie
What?
a rope around it and then somehow lower it, I'll climb
What
down.
if we?
You throw the rope to me and I'll lower it.
To me, to you.
Does that work? It'll live, right?
If you can hold it in under one arm and hold on to the rope with the other, we might find a way to lower you and it.
Oh, who's strong?
You're pretty strong.
Who's
You
strong
are.
enough to lower me? Wait, can I lower myself?
All of us together. Our combined weight.
Team effort.
That sounds like a foolproof plan.
All right then. So as promised, Ezra flips off of the branch to land.
Do an acrobatics check.
Quickly!
Because there's snow everywhere, remember? On the branches.
That's just to cushion the fall.
On the cobblestones.
Go on, make this a hard DC check, I dare you. I know what I've rolled. So 25.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
I cannot fail acrobat. I have plus 13 to acrobat.
Oh, we should all have scorecards for Ezra's
Tens! Across the board!
performances. Yeah, good. So without a fault, Ezra backflips off a branch and lands on the snow-covered cobblestones of the court. And
I was a circus performer in a previous life.
Wow, you never told us that before.
So what is it you're doing? What do you need?
All right, guys, we need to. Oh, I had the rope in one hand. I probably should have said that. I had the rope in one hand.
Yeah.
I still had it, I think. So with it, or maybe I didn't need it. Sorry, realised now I didn't need it because the gnomes have it, don't they? They have one.
They have it held taut, yeah. On one
Okay,
end.
sorry. Is it all right if I left it up there with Gregory?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right, gnome guys, we're going to need that rope. Perhaps even your horses too. We're going to take the weight of that big old fella up there, as well as the deer. So we're going to need a lot of weight behind this this side of the rope, and we're going to lower him down.
Okay, so the gnomes all look agreeable. And I'm like,
Yeah, right, yeah. Let's do this. Let's do this. Sounds like a good plan.
All right, we're ready when you are, Craig.
Okay. Coming down.
so
You're going to tie it around yourself. Are you tying it around yourself, or just holding on with your hand?
I've tied it
Might be
with
quite
my waist.
tricky. Yes, that sounds like a good
do
plan.
a survival skills check
Oh
to
dear.
secure that.
Oh, that's alright. Sex day.
Okay, yeah, it's good. It's secure.
Here
It's
I
on.
go.
Or you just dropping off the tree.
No, I'm lowering myself.
Okay.
Well, let us take the weight first. So, yeah,
So
just
the gnome on the
make
on
sure
the
we can
pony
actually take the weight.
and one of the others, who's holding onto the another length of the rope, are anchored back, countering your weight as you. So what are you going down the truck? Explain to me what's happening.
I think I'm just gonna drop
Just-
off the branch
Just dang.
Okay.
and just hang.
Okay.
And then I'll
So
probably
yeah,
get
you
home
drop.
right.
They take your weight. They brace. you swing a bit back and forth, but you can be lowered if you want to. And are you?
All right, guys, take a step forwards. So I instruct all of them to kind of
They
inch forwards a bit.
They trot forwards a feet or so. What's happening with the deer here?
Under my arm.
The
Is it-
deer is
yeah,
under
right.
your arm.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Do you want to hold Dex check for it?
Do a
There's got to be some checks involved in this. There's no
do
way
a
this is just happening.
dexterity check to see if you can keep hold of it while because it starts to become agitated again.
Is the hay underneath at the moment?
Is the what?
Bramble, did you position that?
Yeah, Bramble probably would have positioned the hay underneath.
Yeah, it's there. So do a dexterity.
And with the swinging, we'll just push the cart forwards and backwards.
This is more just to be able to manually manage the deer. So just a straight dex.
Straight Dex.
Yeah.
Whoo! Oops. 13.
13. Okay. Unfortunately, the deer's kicking destabilizes you, and it flicks itself out from your grip of your arm.
It landed.
And I want you to do a.
Can Bramble react and try and position the cart as it falls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can Bramble try to do something?
Do another dex check, Bramble, for me, please. Can you do a strength saving throw?
Oh, my speciality.
Kayla, are you still on the
12.
cart with Bramble?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so you have advantage then.
Oh, 13,
Bramble,
sorry.
if you're.
13.
Oh, nat 20. Thank
Oh,
God.
good.
Nice.
So, like, you managed to, like, skidding a bit on the snow, like the icy covered stones. You do manage to get the cart directly underneath the deer. What did you get for your strength saving throw?
13.
13. Okay, that is not enough. So the deer slips out of your hands, but it does land in the hay, like, and the fibers and strands just like fly everywhere as it disappears into the bed of the carriage.
With the reduced weight of the deer, does Craig right now fly back
Yeah,
upwards?
he does. Like the bracing ponies, like suddenly you're just jettisoned like up into the tree branches. So do a dex saving throw for me, please.
Dex saving throw.
Yep.
80. Oh no, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're good. So fortunately, you managed to like catch hold of one of the larger sort of brown boughs of the crowning of in the canopy,
Oh dear.
and catch yourself and secure your weight so you don't just go flying through. And so you're
Craig,
good. Yeah.
just steady.
So the gnomes are
Stop
like,
backing up.
Oh, he's like, what should we do?
Slack
Do you
the
want us to
weight.
let go or keep holding the rope?
Let go.
Roger!
so they let go and the rope just sags and drops to against the trunk of the tree.
I guess I'll climb down.
Yeah. Okay. So you climb down. I won't make you do a check for that. And you've still.
How's the deer?
So the stag like shakily rights itself in the cart like shakes itself of the fibers that are embedded in its hide, and it just like looks around with confusion like, and then brays like, and it's just standing there like stupidly. Just,
Stupid druid. Get out of this square.
So Jasper's like, I don't know what he must have done for that to have backfired on him. He's normally quite a sensible chap, old Hob. I don't know.
What do you know of this wild magic, Kayla? Can that make a druid stay stuck in their wild shape?
Then I've come across before. I mean, theoretically, yes. Wild magic can do anything.
Yeah, my tooth does that.
Anything. Like, do you remember that time that Calamari's shoe turned into a bag of holding? No one could have predicted that.
I bit my tooth and I turned into a slug.
If it could turn a shoe into a bag of holding, you might get swallowed up. That'd be terrifying.
It was quite alarming.
If it turned both shoes into a bag of holding, you'd get split between the two.
Ouch.
So the gnome, seeing you, he's like,
Well, you did what we asked you to do, and we're more than happy. And you saved us a rope, and well, you appear to have rescued a stag. I mean, a druid is the little fella here says so.
and Jasper's like, Oi, do you mind? I'm taller than you. I'm not little. It's only your hat that makes you look big.
And he's like, well,
And he's on a
calm yourself
horse.
down, young man. Here you are, all of you. Have a drab of this.
And he hands you all a little like kind of like an acorn cup, and pours this amber fluid into it that actually steams in the cold air, like.
And he's like, get it down, yeah. It's best to chug it quick, like.
So a big cup from this guy is like what, a thimble?
Yeah, it's tiny for your proportions, but it's like
Does
you
it
can
work?
hold it between two fingers and it's steaming like.
Down the hatch, I guess.
Finest gnomish float barn,
He says, and he's like, "Oomph," and then he's like, and steam comes out of his nostrils like in response to the, and he's like,
stick ticket.
Oh, okay.
so have you all partaken?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ezra
Yeah.
just drank it
Round
without.
takes.
Okay. Can you all do a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
Oh shit. Con save.
6.
Oh, 19.
Oh man, I keep
6.
rolling 19s.
Yeah, 6.
Bramble got 17.
17. Okay, unfortunately, Ezra,
Oh shit, what?
you were going to take 4 points of scalding
Alcohol
damage.
damage.
Like your innards are just burning. Like you feel like you've been singed from the throat all the way down to your guts.
What is this?
Yeah. But you do all benefit. Suddenly, you feel absolutely no cold effect. Like the temperature is as if it's just a fine like moderate day. Like you don't feel the chill of the air.
Ezra unbuttons a couple.
Yeah.
Steady there, big guy.
And but still, you the same effect that you saw upon the gnome also hits you all. So it's like you're suddenly like overcome with this spreading warmth that fizzes as well inside of you, and you're like, and you blow out, and it's like a massive volume of like hot vapor is ejected from your nostrils. But you are now immune to cold damage for 24 hours, and the effects of cold.
I don't feel cold anymore.
Yeah.
Is this what it feels like to be warm-blooded?
So the gnome is like,
I told you it was good. It'll set you right in a cold day like this, and it'll prevent you from taking any harm from the ice or the snow. He's like, right, now we better go and wrestle up our calves. And he's like, thank you for your help.
Wait.
What?
How much is you sell that stuff?
Well, it's a family recipe. I could rustle up a jar of it for you if you like.
Yes, please.
Okay, well,
How much?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you my flask of it. See, 5 gold pieces.
Oh, and I'll give you this bag of owl jerky.
Right.
Bear jerky.
Right. Okay. Well, maybe I can pass this on to someone that would benefit from it better than me. Not really to my tastes. That.
Happy Craftsmas.
Well, yes. Well, all right then. Well, in that case, happy Craftsmas to you. And he hands you the flask free of charge.
Oh, thank
In the
you.
spirit of the season.
Yeah, for the spirit.
Season's giftings to you.
Thank you.
He's like, right.
Big
Thank you
man.
all for your assistance. We'll be getting on then.
and him and the rest of the gnomes on their ponies trot off, and you can see them start attending to the various calves they're corralling
How cute.
in the court. So
What's this shit called?
it's called gnomish throat burn.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, not immunity, resistance to cold.
Does Cray Cray just suddenly quicken up, having been a lizard in the cold?
Yeah.
All his movements are like Benny Hill speed.
It's like a normal day. Yeah.
Yeah. When you're cold, does your like lizard blood freeze up, and
You know what? I probably
you
should
just have to
had this
like be still for a long?
You have cold sensitivity. Make a note of it on your character sheet.
How-
We can
How
should
long?
make that a thing.
we
that
could
I-
nerf you.
that
Yeah,
I have disadvantage in cold climates.
yeah.
How long do
Okay.
we have with Aaron?
24
Sorry.
hours.
24 hours.
24 hours. Yeah.
Flask of gnomish throat burn.
And this
That's
flask is
some good
small, so you've probably got a nip each left. So let's say you've got eight nips from that flask. So it's like that's one more each if you chose to. Okay. So Cole comes strolling up to join Jesper and he's like, bloody hell, it's never quiet with you lot, is it? There's always some performance going on. It's a good. In fact, it's a good job you are with us. We haven't needed your protection much, but it seems like everybody else in the city has been needing you. So good thing you were around.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to do while we're on our way? Like, is there anywhere you want to nip in, like you have done the last couple of days? Didn't you say you wanted to go to the unicorn's horn, or so? I mean, I don't know. I'm just pulling this out of the hat. I don't.
Do we want to do that now?
You said you wanted to do something on the 6th day. I mean, what? I don't know.
Oh, it was the 6th day.
The 6th day was the day. Was it Umtrow? Sorry.
Yeah, he's
moved
from
She's
the
actually
serpent
moved.
to the unicorn's horn, so they've completed that. So Cole is wrong about that. So you've corrected it. Was it? You know, he's like, was there anything else? Like, you wanted to go anywhere? I mean, you tell me. We'll load up and give us a shout. We're on the way if something occurs to you. All right. So they start packing their gear up and whatnot. And as you're about to leave, you suddenly feel this build-up of energy in the court, and it seems to be coalescing around each of you except for Cray Cray. So Bramble, Kayla, and Ezra, you start feeling like a charge. It's almost like that precipitory sort of electrical charge before a lightning storm, like a thunderstorm, and it starts building up around you. Can you each roll a D100 for me, please?
Oh, fuck.
D100.
What's going on?
I don't think I've ever actually rolled a D100 of these
I've done it
dice.
once or twice.
Today is the day.
50.
50, did you say? Okay.
50, yeah.
Okay.
29.
Bramble got 79.
So Ezra 50, Bramble 79. Did you say?
Yeah.
And Kayla, what was yours?
29.
Okay. Okay, so suddenly, Kayla, you disappear.
What?
And you find yourself like traveling through like a kind of like a hyperlight tunnel, like, and you're heading through the through the city, like it's all speeding by you. Like, is there anywhere that you want to be, that you in particular in the city that you would like to now go to?
Oh, I don't know.
Because you're
Yeah,
recognizing
don't
various landmarks speeding by, and you.
The only place that she's sort of aiming to go towards is to go chat with I forgot her name, the lady who's the leader of the official wizards.
The Black Staff.
The Black
The
Staff.
Black because
Okay.
she's like, I need to get info, but like
Good
she obviously
call.
would.
Okay, so Kayla, you start nearing the I can't remember where her HQ is. Oh,
Yeah, I can't either. That's what I said.
my brain is failing me today, I'm afraid. I think it might be Blackstaff Tower. Hang on. Yeah, it's Blackstaff Tower.
That would make sense.
So you start speeding all the way through Waterdeep into the different wards, into Castle Ward, passing through certain barriers that would have otherwise, like gates that would have prevented most normal traffic from just proceeding wherever they want, and you start hurtling towards the Blackstaff Tower. So that's you dealt with. Bramble.
That was the last we saw of Kayla.
Yeah,
We just see it splattered on the side of it.
Suddenly, an entire swarm of multicolored, kaleidoscopic butterflies manifest and start to flutter around you, obscuring your vision of everybody else in the around you. So, did you hear that, Bramble? Can't hear you.
Oh,
Down your push to talk button.
God damn it! Sorry, I was just talking there for a second. I was holding. Yeah. push the talk button's control, but I was holding down caps lock like a right papega. But goddamn, too smart. So smart. Yeah. Does anything happen to me directly, like besides the kaleidoscope stuff?
No, but as they become denser in their number, flower petals start springing into being between them, like fireworks, like bursting,
Just so fucking beautiful.
fluttering around you.
That's right. But Bramble not about this beautiful shit.
Your wild magic is something.
None of the rest of you can see this, however. So you're just seeing Bramble
Disappointing.
like reacting maybe like to nothing in front of you. How is Bramble reacting?
Bramble's gonna like, at first he's just gonna like wave his hand about to see if the kaleidoscopes are actually like his hands. So you see mini hands on hands action, and he's just fucking confused. He's like, "What the fuck? There's hands on hands." And then with the flower sprouting, he looks at that drink that he just taken, and he's like, "What the fuck was in that?" So that's the only thing that he's looking at, that drink, that cup, and he's trying to find the gnomes in the distance. Like, what the fuck was that?
You can't see them through just this dense swarm of kaleidoscopically coloured butterfly wings and flowers that are bursting and disappearing all around you. And the rest of you, how do you react to this? What you witness of Bramble's behaviour?
I'm still probably a bit distracted by the weird sparkling that's happening.
Yeah.
Is nobody going to react to the fact that I've vanished?
Yeah, Caleb
Not even noticed.
Literally just disappeared.
Rude.
Cray-Cray's like, what is going on? What are you doing? The drink has affected you. I go to the nearest trough of water.
Okay.
And I throw it on them.
On who?
All of them.
Okay. So you douse Ezra and
Bramble.
And Bramble.
Ezra's not going to like that.
So Ezra, you are
sober.
So you see Cray coming with this pail of water towards you. What are you going to do?
Can I try and dex save out of the way?
Yeah. Bramble, you don't see anything, because you're just...
Oh no, I'm just seeing my hand and flowers. I'm like, what the... I see my own face just multiplying.
As your hand...
12.
To your perception, these are real. So you're like literally touching them and moving them, but they're not landing on you. They're kind of like moving around your hands, so in response to your movements, they're responding. Yeah, what did you get?
12 to jump up.
Okay, roll on an attack. Let's see what you get. And see.
Shit.
Yeah.
More than 12.
Just a normal attack.
Yeah.
If he rolls 2, he get more.
I did roll a 2, which makes it a 12.
Okay, well you passed anyway now.
So I beat...
You beat me in combat, sir.
So what happens? What do you do?
So just seeing the water coming towards me, I sort of sidestep out of the way, and it just sort of whooshes past me and towards...
Bramble.
Yeah. And so, Bramble, you are suddenly just doused out of nowhere by this volume of water that soaks you, and it's...
That wild magic, man.
Yeah.
Some water just appeared.
Yeah, so you are just suddenly drenched out of nowhere, and these butterfly and flower manifestations are still
there,
swarming all around you, and you just become drenched. So,
yeah.
Ezra, as you exclaim to move out of the way of the water, suddenly pink bubbles float out of your mouth and block you from being able to actually communicate. So you just got...
Can I see these?
Yes, you can see them.
Wow! I'm trying to do it as well. How are you doing this?
So at first Ezra's face is just surprised, and then it's getting kind of frustrated and panicked that he can't communicate. And I just try and pull it out as though it might end if I try and get them all out. I start screaming them out.
The ball will just get bigger.
Where's Kayla gone?
pink bubbles are just emerging in great volume from.
Yeah.
It's like he's blowing bubbles with one of those washing up liquid.
It's quite funny.
And they're landing on everything and staying intact until they're
Can I pick-
touched.
Oh, so they're like solid bubbles almost.
Oh god.
They're
Oh, that'd be weird.
semi-solid. They have like probably like
Squishy, but
They're
like
semis.
they're not bursting.
So Craig, as you pick one up, it's very delicate, and then it pops when you apply too much pressure and spatters your hand with like a pinkish like fluid. It tastes like soap. It's probably the cleanest your mouth's ever been.
Have you been swearing?
Bramble probably at this time like dry himself off and seeing that he's wet and looking at the bubbles coming out of Ezra's mouth, he's just gonna try to. He's assuming that that's Ezra that's just done that, so he's gonna walk up to him and just give him a right slap.
Oh!
It's like, wake up, man!
Whoa!
Okay.
Seeing the hand, I think I'd like you to do an attack against my.
Attack and do see if he can hit, and then if he does, I'll give you a chance to contest it with a dex roll.
What is going on?
I got 19.
19.
No.
Okay, Ezra, do you want to do a dex saving throw?
Okay, yeah.
See if you can.
Ugh. That's a negative.
Oh, so you take the slap.
I try and dodge the wrong way and just.
Is it a D4 unarmed strike? What is it? Is it a D6?
D6.
D6 unarmed strike, then. Please, Bramble.
5.
5. So you take 5 slapping damage.
Oh my.
Your cheek is reddened,
But so clean.
and I'm assuming you are outraged.
So Ezra will just get like really frustrated at this and just trying to slap him back.
How dare you!
Craig's just standing there, head going between the two of them.
I'm wet because of you!
The Three Stooges.
It's a 10, so I think I missed.
10. It's a miss, isn't it? For Bramble.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a miss.
You must have AC above 10.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Yeah, so just confused, distracted, disoriented with all it. Just swing wildly. And then I just carry on trying to swat at the bubbles.
So they're popping in contact with your hands as they're bubbling out of your mouth every time you try to speak or make a sound, and then you're getting coated with this filmy, pinkish fluid, but they're still coming. So the dung sweepers are just like, are you
make an
ratting
answer?
about? Are you coming or what? What did you say, Ezra? Are you going to say?
Can I make an Arcana check, see if I can figure out how to maybe end this
Yeah,
early?
yeah, go for it.
That's a critical one.
Oh, you know
Critical
nothing.
fail.
Yeah, one of them, the bubbles goes right up your nostril as you like, and it bursts in your nose and creates
Oh,
this
God.
fizzy, soapy, like, and
It blows up your brains.
you're just
You're
kind
dead.
of
That's horrible.
disconcerted by the.
I'm just going to like cough and splutter.
And even more bubbles go and spread across the court and start landing on people's heads and livestock.
If you could hear me, at this point I'm just saying, kill me now.
Craig's trying to look inside your mouth.
Oh, how are you doing this? How are you doing this?
So while you guys are just like dealing with this, Kayla suddenly just manifests directly outside of the Blackstaff's tower, right in front of the gate to the main entrance. What do you want to do, Kayla?
Is Blackstaff Tower the tower that we approached before? With it like it hasn't got any doors or windows?
Oh no, that was the tower.
No.
That's something else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, we can
Hello.
hear you, Kat.
Sorry, my PC was just imploding as it does. I think it got sent to the Blackstaff's tower. So I'm just outside of it. I'm not like.
Yeah. You've been
Have we
deposited.
been to the tower before? Will I know
No,
where I
you've
am?
never been to the tower, as far as I can remember.
So like I even realize what it is.
Where is it on the map?
Just type in Blackstaff Tower. Damn, I'm trying to find my.
It's the far right, the far left, sorry, by the Lady Dreaming.
By the
On
Lady
the map.
Dreaming. Oh, that blue one.
Also, it's a white one. Yeah, it's like a white. It's a white one just north of it.
Oh, they're those 3 red ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Also, cats frozen for me. That's kind of funny.
I am stuck. I think it's because my computer done.
Oh man, you've got like devil white eyes. That was scary.
I know, right? It was too late. I couldn't sniff it. It was
Oh,
very.
sorry. Am I back now?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay. I'm gonna have a look around. Is there anyone here? Is it like? Am I just on the street?
There are people like milling about on their way to work or shopping and trudging through the dusting of snow on the floor, and they're all wrapped up in scarves and various hats to fight off the cold.
Has anyone reacted to me just
Suddenly
materializing?
manifesting.
Yeah.
One woman that was walking like directly on that side of the street is flustered by your sudden manifestation. She's like, "Whoa! Oh, you scared the life out of me. Please do refrain from teleporting across the ward like that. I mean, you should have more sense, and you could give somebody a heart attack or worse."
Sorry, it was involuntary.
Okay,
Where am I?
You're in the castle ward and you're standing directly before the perimeter of the Blackstaff Tower there.
Oh, so I'm still in Waterdeep. Okay.
Yes,
that's
you're
good.
still in Waterdeep, yes.
Okay. I'm terribly sorry. Right. How far is it from here to the bowels of the earth?
Oh, you're like across the other side of Waterdeep. Bowels of the Earth is like the eastern side, I believe, and the Blackstaff Tower is like the furthest west you can get.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like right through the castle ward.
I mean, I don't think I'm going to be getting in the Blackstaff Tower right now.
So
What's-
you see a sign on the gate indicating that this is Blackstaff Academy.
Yeah.
And it says in like smaller script below that, School for Mages.
Okay.
Cool.
I don't know if I should just try and get back or not.
No, go
Um,
and have a visit.
Yeah, weren't you meant to visit? Remember?
Well,
When we
I
got that warning.
needed to talk to the sort of head of the Blackstaff.
The Blackstaff.
Um,
Wherein's Safar.
Because I wanted to find out more about what happened to the tower in Luskan, but
You've also got to apply for your membership to.
Yeah, that's what I was alluding
yeah.
to.
Because we'll be coming back here once we're done with the dung work, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going. I'm gonna try.
Know where it is.
Yeah, I know where it is, and now I need to try and work out how to get back. So I turned to the lady. I was like, have you heard of a tavern called Bowels of the Earth, by any chance?
Just that disgusting hovel. No, and
Not great.
I wouldn't be caught dead there. Now, good day.
Oh, okay.
She picks up her
I just need
things that she
directions.
dropped and she walks off.
It's just a landmark. I don't associate with people who go in there. No,
She like
don't
looks at
be-
you. She's like, and carries on up the street.
Sorry. Have a nice day.
What a bitch.
Okay, I'm gonna try and navigate my way back to any kind of main road in the castle ward and
Okay.
try and find some signs for what's the ward that we're in? The
Trades ward.
Trades
Trades
ward.
ward.
Trades ward.
Yeah. Okay, so let's end the session there with Kayla on her way
Lost in
back.
Waterdeep.
Yeah. Trying to find her way back to the bowels of the earth. Yep. So cool. Thanks for playing, guys. I hope that was all right.
Thank you.
And thank you to anybody that watched today.
Max rolled his stuff.
Who has?
Max.
Oh,
Oh,
have
Max.
he? We'll have to deal with that next session.
I think
Um,
I did it right. He rolled a 4 and a 2.
Okay.
So is that 4 weeks?
No, 4 days.
4 days.
So it'll take him 4 days,
Is that 20 gold?
and that'll only cost him 20 gold. But what was the 2 for? Was that for the DC check against the
did he need to roll again?
the dexterity wisdom? Is he currently online now?
I think so, yeah. We can message him after the
Well, he's
call
in
if you
his room. He's in his hotel room. I think.
Okay, well, he needs to roll the d20 for the which he's done, I'm assuming. So it's only going to take him 20 days, and then he needs to do a combined Dex Wisdom check. So he needs to roll a d20 and add the higher of one of those ability scores to the total.
A combined
Wisdex check, and add the higher of those of those two modifiers to the result. We'll do this off
Yeah.
stream and do it next session. Okay. So is there anything in particular that anyone wants to promote or raise awareness about? Anything at all?
I finished more art for you.
I also did. Last
Yes,
week.
I got them and I've added them to my adventure for the upcoming DM's Guild Anthology Blood Ties. We've all contributed work towards Volume 1 entitled Bloodstained. So it's Blood Ties Volume 1 Bloodstained, which will be coming to the DM's Guild soon. We don't have an exact release date yet, as work's still being done on it. But my adventure is called The Crimson Well, and I also did a bit of editing and other bits and bobs for it. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. My adventure, The Fox and the Fae, is available on DM's Guild now. So if you're interested in something that involves tricksters and abominations and court intrigue, this is one for you. So give that a look on the DM's Guild.
Is that a copper bestseller?
It's now a copper bestseller.
Nice one.
Yes, thank you to everybody that bought
Nice.
it and the
Thank you.
Nailed it.
support of the D&D and TTRPG community for their help and advice and all the other stuff.
All the peeps.
Yes, maybe I'll get it to silver one day.
Ooh.
We'll add some art to it if we do.
I think I'll add some art to that.
Yeah.
If you carry
What else? Another contributor towards the Blood Ties anthology, Cameron Day, is currently in need of some financial help, and he's got plenty of really cool products on the DM's Guild, and he's a friend of mine, so if anyone can afford to assist him with that by purchasing any of his DM's Guild creations, then please do. There's loads on there. If you just type in Cameron Day, you should be able to find some, and a lot of them have great artwork by Bruno Rodak, who also contributed to the Blood Ties anthology. So you're getting good stuff for your money. Also, check out our overseas compatriots and fellow D&D streamers, 1D4 plus 1. They have a Twitch stream and they Twitch at least twice a week, and I think...
Jeez.
Huh?
Jesus.
Yeah, I can't remember what days it's on. I always forget this.
Well, check it out and find out.
But yeah, you go do that.
I challenge you.
Yeah. And I believe that's it. And is there anything else I've missed? Listen to our Christmas single.
Oh, what, the
Oh,
new type one?
One of our side bands, New Type, we've got a Christmas song called Paper Snow, which
Oh,
is on
nice.
Bandcamp.
Oh, man.
So if you're feeling festive and generous and want to throw some shekels our way, or just listen to it via the streaming service of Bandcamp, go find it. It's New Type, Paper Snow. It's a snarky, sarcastic, ironic Christmas song.
With a heart of gold.
Perfect stuff.
Yeah, with a heart of ice. That's it from me. I think that's enough waffle from us. So thanks very much for listening and watching us, and we'll be back next Wednesday at the same time, 8 p.m.
Merry Craftmas.
For more Craftmas shenanigans, and maybe we'll finish our completing dung work at some point before actual Christmas Day.
It's
I don't know.
amazing how much
Never.
shit you can spread and make last.
We can make any adventure module last
Are you
4
trying to
times
say-
longer
are you
than
trying
it's
to say-
initially planned for.
Are you trying to say we can polish a turd?
Yeah, we can definitely. Well, we can't polish it, but we can roll it in glitter.
This ain't no turd though, because it's really good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, no,
High
that's what I
praise.
need to say.
High
Paul
praise.
Metzger's Dung Work, which we're playing through at the moment, is also available on the DMs Guild. So do please check that out.
It is like a layer cake
Yeah.
that's made of shit, but strangely.
We're really
strangely
promoting
filling.
it, aren't
A
we?
dung cake.
Yeah,
Well, we've been enjoying it anyway. So
it's good. It's
We
damn
have.
good.
it's madcap laughs.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it from us. Thanks for watching it, like I said, and goodbye. Speak to you all again soon.
Bye.
Be kind, be creative, play D&D.
Bye, Dan. See ya.